Hello there and welcome to my channel Novice Modelling and the Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy and today we're going to be doing a what's in the box kit review on my Panzerkampfwagen 3 Ausf.L SDKFZ.141-1, which is Tamiya kit number 135, number 35215. Now this kit was originally produced in 1997 off a new tooling, so it's, as far as some Tamiya kits are concerned, it's a relatively modern iteration of this tank. In 2003 there were some new parts added, in 2008 there were more new parts added, and in 2012 there was a issue with some additional guns, a different gun and some additional figures. So basically the one that I've got is the 1997 variant, so it's just a standard one. We're actually doing this as part of how I actually try to build kits these days, which is called You Choose My Next Build. This is basically where I put 4 kits in front of the camera and ask you via the comment section to select which one of the 4 you would like to see get built next. So this is one of them. The other 3 in this selection are this Tamiya T3485. We've also got a Cromwell Mark IV British cruiser tank, and we have the Tamiya M4 Sherman. So if you want to drop a comment in the comments bar as to which one you want to see built next, all you need to do is basically put in Cromwell, Sherman, Panzer III or T34, and whichever one gets the most votes, that's the one we'll build. Pretty simple. So as always, what we're going to do here is we're going to have a quick read through of the blurb on the front of the instruction sheet. We're going to go through the instructions quite quickly, and then we're going to have a quick look at the parts. So hopefully this won't take up much more than sort of 12-13 minutes of your time. So let's get on to it. The German Panzerkampfwagen 3, along with the 4, played an active part in the early stages of World War II as their main strength tanks. However, when they encountered the Russian KV and T-34 tanks on the Eastern Front, the weaknesses of the Panzer III were revealed, and the balance of power tipped in favour of the Russians. Thus, the Panzer III underwent constant improvement throughout its career to maintain an advantage. The Panzer III had a number of types from A to N. Among them, the Ausf.L was produced from July 1942. As it was manufactured at the existing tank factory, the basic performance and structure were the same as previous versions with a few modifications. Armament consisted of an improved long-barreled KWK-50L/60 tank gun, which was effective against the Russian T-34 tanks up to a range of 600 metres. Plus 2 7.92 MG34 machine guns. The armour of the front superstructure was increased to 57mm in thickness, and 20mm thick spaced armour was added to the gun mantlet as well, which increased the tank's weight by 200 kilos. To cope with the added weight, the suspension system was also strengthened. The power plant was a Maybach HL120TRM V12 water-cooled engine, producing about 300 horsepower. In total, 635 Ausf.Ls were produced by the end of 1942, and many of them saw active service on the Eastern Front and North African Front. Although its role was shortly replaced by the Tiger I and Panther, the durable chassis of the Panzer III was used for self-propelled guns till the end of the war. Let's have a quick nose at the instructions, which, as per always with Tamiya, are pretty easy to follow. Just get them folded over. What's going on here? So the first window, we're going to be looking at the underside of the hull, and we're going to be attaching mounting points for our various road wheels, etc, etc. Section 2, we're going to start putting the aforementioned road wheels and drive sprockets, etc, and we're going to attach the rear plate to the rear of the hull. Section 3, we're going to attach more parts to the rear, and this looks like the exhaust system going on. Section 4, we're going to assemble our road wheels and sprockets and put them together. Section 5, we're going to put the road wheels and sprockets on. We're going to attach some spare tracks to the front. It's got some interlinking tracks here. Not too sure this has got more than one, but whatever. Section 6, we're going to be looking at the top of the hull. We're going to be attaching some extra armour on. We're going to be putting our crew hatches on, these access points to the engine, and whatever that part is there. number 7, we're going to continue putting some smaller parts on the front here. This armour plate with our ball turret and driver's viewport. A few other bits, these look like hooks. Don't know what that is, some sort of tool. A few other little bits on the back and more sort of access panels. Section 8. Front spaced armour. Okay. Section 9, we're going to put the rest of the tools on. So we've got a shovel, got an axe, and a few other bits to go on there. Number 10, we have I think this is the gun cleaning kit. Some lights. Then we're going to put some spare road wheels on. Got a nice little rolled up coil of towing line here. And a few other parts to go on. Section 13, we're going to... Section 13, we're going to put the top of the hull to the bottom of the hull. And as you can see, we've attached our tracks if we want to. A few other parts to go on here. And then we're going to start looking at the main armament and mantlet. That all goes together like that. There's the gun going through the mantlet, and it pokes out the end here. And then we're going to attach the completed gun to the actual turret itself. Section 17, we've got a couple of handles and accessory parts to put on the turret, including the commander's cupola, which goes on like so. Section 19 again is putting the hatches on the commander's cupola, a couple of hatches on the side here, and this rear, I think this is a storage compartment that's attached to the rear. Section 20, we get to play around with our commander. There's only one figure included with this kit, and we get to put a few extra bits of spare track on. Obviously the turret is intended to swim. So that's our instructions out of the way. Let's have a look at a few other bits and bobs. We get a nice little decal sheet here with 1997 printed on it. A couple of variations that we can put: 133, 02 and 01 and 200 by the look of it. We've got standard German crosses and some unit insignia. That's that done. We get a single piece fake rubberized tracks. Kind of useful for a novice like myself. I've got a few kits with these tracks that you have to construct yourself, and they look a bit of a nightmare, so I'm quite happy to see these at the moment. I know some of you don't really like them. Here we have the underneath of the hull, and as you can see on the bottom we have some nice little bits of detail going on, including this access hatch here. That's about all we've got to say about that, really. It says 1995 on the inside of this. I'm kind of thinking there's another Panzer III that this is based on. Here we have the upper section of the hull, which has some quite nice sort of grating features on it to stop our tankers slipping off. As we can see, we've got all our access points here, which I'm assuming we can have open or closed depending on how you want to pose your vehicle. This looks like the rear plate. These are going to be the access hatches that go on here. Not too sure what those are. These are extra hatches that go over the covers on the tops. What's that bit there? Don't know. That looks like part of the exhaust system. Don't know what those bits are. Oh, there we go. It's all quite nicely detailed. We can see hinges and what have you. Various sort of rivets and mounting points on the top as well. Here we have our turret. No real sort of casting marks or welding lines on this. Got a bit of a detail here with this little hatch. That's the underside of our turret. That's this storage compartment. Is that a radio? Where to put the radio or something? Not exactly certain. Doesn't really matter. Got the part of the gun mantlet, the actual barrel of the gun itself, commander's cupola hatches. What we got here? Oh, these are these little side hatches, and don't know what that is. Yeah, there we go. All pretty cool. Here we have our towing line. We've got the front armour plate with the driver's view import and the ball turret mount. We've got 2 bits of armour to go on the sides here. That's the extra piece of armour which goes across the top. Sorry, the top of this front plate. I don't really know what those parts are. We've got a shovel. Got the actual commander figure, which is pretty nicely detailed. Got some sort of creases going on his uniform. We can see a iron cross, some unit badges. It's got a decent looking face. Obviously, modern figures are slightly better than this. We've got some hatches here with some nicely detailed hinges. That's about that one for that one. Here we have 2 identical sprues, so we're only going to bother looking at one. This one focuses on our road wheels and our sprocket, drive sprockets, etc. Here we have the mounting points for our wheels. We have a little light, some handles, some rather big looking imposing hooks. They look like part of the towing accessories. A couple of little wheels here which go across the top, I would have thought. And we've got some spare tracks. And we've got these little things here for trying to make the whole thing move if that's what you actually require. So there we go. That's our little kit review done. Like I said, there will be an introductory video for you choose our next build. You could have a look at the what's in the boxes for the Sherman, the Cromwell and the T-34. And please do help me decide which one to pick by voting in the comments box. Like I said before, all you need to do is put the name of the tank, and you can say hi if you like. There is a schedule for this. We're going to be doing a what's in the box on Monday the 25th, a what's in the box on Tuesday the 26th, another what's in the box on Wednesday the 27th, one on the 28th, which is a Thursday, November, and Friday the 29th, I will be closing the voting, and whichever one gets the most votes is the one we'll build on my 3 days off. I doubt we'll get it finished on my 3 days off. It tends to take me a couple of weeks to actually finish these things, but we're kind of moving in the right direction. So there we go. Please like and subscribe. Please do join me for some of my other interesting videos. I know everybody's been waiting for me to start building 135s. We are, hopefully by now, we might have seen some progress on the Panzer V Panther that we started back in July. And hopefully we'll get one of these finished kind of rapidly within a couple of weeks. So thanks very much for watching. I'll be seeing you.